How in the world is this possible? Meghan Markle is trending after a soccer match she didn't even attend. She's a trending, I almost said that with an Italian accent. She's a trending fun. Yesterday I made a video where I was using this Italian accent and I just can't stop. Hey, today everyone in the sausage in the. What is wrong with me? See, the problem is I have this big grin on my face, but everyone in the Sussex squad, not the sausage squad. God, I sound like I just got out of prison, don't I? Everyone in. I'm getting too excited. Okay, everyone in the Sussex squad, I almost said it again. Everyone in the Sussex squad is grinning from ear to ear because of yesterday's win by the Italians. So, okay, I gotta stop. Focus. So yesterday, William was at the soccer match, right? He was at Wembley Stadium. He was at the championship or whatever. And so instead of having the usual resting Duke of Cambridge face that he's so famous for, he had that, look of glee up until the point he found out that, okay, England's not going to win. And from that point, of course, there was all kind of racial or racist abuse toward the three black players who had their penalty point loss or whatever. I'm not, I don't really speak football, not that kind of football. But anyway, so William decided, well, I need to take a stand for these three gentlemen of African descent. The problem is he never took a stand for his sister-in-law of African descent. Matter of fact, he just kind of sat down, and it seems as though the KP, Kensington Palace, was not only not making any official statements against racism. Doesn't this look like the Mormon Tabernacle Choir? Wait, there is a person of color, a non-distinct, ambiguously every race in the world person of color in the back. It seems as though someone in the palace was leaking all this information to put the Duchess of Sussex on the brink of suicide. So, your sister-in-law is on the verge of self-harm, and you're, blue-blooded, and you're the firstborn, so you're supposed to be like Superman. But yet you didn't notice how desperately painful the situation was for your brother and your sister, and you didn't stop until they moved away. And somehow, not necessarily William, but allegedly, everything I just said, somehow information was being leaked to the point where they literally had to leave the United Kingdom. Not only for their sanity, but for their safety. Because if you look at the type of attacks that are... Do you know, yesterday, it was said that some people of color instructed their kids, in particular, black boys and girls, get home before it gets dark. You need to get yourself home. Because everyone knew exactly what was coming. And what was possible became actually an occurrence. There was all kind of racist slurs and stuff going about, and then we don't really know how much violence there was on the streets because, of course, just like in America, the police are going to say, oh, well, we don't know if it was a hate crime, even though we know it was. But that being said, some of the fans from the English football teams can be pretty rowdy, right? Not all, but some, as seen on television yesterday. So William decided that this was one of those times where I'm going to make a statement about race. And instead of looking like a decisive leader or a future king, it just reminded people, it triggered something in people. Hey, if you can do that now, why didn't you do that for your sister-in-law? God knows she needed it, but you didn't. Instead, you decided to build this case, or someone has built this case and put your name on it, alleging that your sister-in-law was not a victim, but she was a bully. This is a woman who had no record of any type of aggressive behavior, real or imagined, in her history, in her work history whatsoever, in her personal life whatsoever. But you decided that your staff was, or it is said, allegedly said, that your staff was far more important than your brother's happiness. So rather than getting a new staff, you decided that you just didn't need a brother or a sister-in-law or a nephew. And we are what we are. So I say to the Duke of Cambridge, too little too late. And I also say to the Duke of Cambridge, I don't think you're sincere. Not at all. But we are what we are, and you are who you are, is, are. I don't know, whichever one it is, or are. Whichever one it are, or is, that's who you are. So, I am so sorry. I really don't speak English because I'm an American. And I shouldn't laugh because this is a very serious matter. But it's kind of like I'm laughing with relief because for months I have been using my platform to scream foul. And for years, other people have been using their platforms to scream foul. I was literally bending the ear of everyone close to me. And then I said, okay, I have to get myself a YouTube channel because if I keep all of this contained inside, I'm going to explode. And if I keep telling people close to me, they're going to think that I'm like obsessive, but I'm standing on principle because I hate a bully. I hate a bully. I got a whole house full of everything associated with the Sussexes I can buy because I hate a bully and I just want to support the underdog. So anyway, too bad that we have to be in the place that we are right now. I got that one right. I know it's not is. The place that we are. And as for the Duke of Cambridge, I wouldn't want to be you right now. It seems like a pretty dark place. Good luck to you, sir, and good luck to the rest of them. And to the Duchess of Cambridge, I don't know how. Actually, I don't know how either one of the Cambridges sleep. I don't know how the Cornwall and the Prince of Wales, I don't know how they sleep. I don't know how anyone in that family could possibly look at how nasty and negative social media has been in the last 24 hours to those beautiful black boys that gave their all for that country on the soccer field, only to have been reduced and bullied and diminished to animals because of their skin color. It wasn't, a misstep. It's just a race. That's what it comes down to. To be fair, anybody who loses a match would have trouble. But I doubt if the rate of hatred and the type of hatred would be anywhere near the same. And it goes the same for the Duchess of Sussex. Everyone likes to say, oh, but they've all been through it. Well, this one was extra personal, wasn't it? And it was deliberately malicious and mean-spirited. I don't know how many people in that family has had their child compared to a chimpanzee, and no one in the family spoke up about it. I don't know who that's happened to, but I know that one particular person that it did happen to, that has stepped away from the family has still not received any type of apology from anyone. Nothing. No apologies, just excuses. And the person who compared a newborn baby to a chimpanzee got his job back. And the person who went to war with baby Lily Diana, she's a sovereign, isn't she? Someone on her behalf has gone to war, allegedly, with a baby over a name, a newborn baby, over the child's name. And no one in the palace, no men in gray suits, no one in the family, nobody has decided that it was necessary to make a public statement so it just doesn't appear to be malicious and mean-spirited. Not the Queen, not Charles, not anyone. They just left it out there because they could get away with it. And even this will mean very little because William is the future sovereign and he's untouchable. Charles is the future sovereign, so he's untouchable. All of the people, the big three, they're untouchable. So they can say something or nothing and it doesn't matter. Anyway, there was some interesting signage that was on the streets of Italy last night that I think spoke for a lot of people. I'm not necessarily saying myself, but some people may have found it offensive. Other people may have found it necessary. Anyway, big shout out to the people from Scotland, all the guys from Scotland who came down to root for the Italian team. Also, thank you so much for the Duchess of Sussex not showing up and being there at the same time. Oh, man. I tell you, those Windsors or Colburn, peach cobbler pie, whatever their last name is, Saks Fifth Avenue cold peach cobbler pie, whatever their last name is, real last name, not the one they made up after, the big war. But anyway, I'm out of here.